We are Kiwi Brick Exchange, a Bricklink seller located in Wellington, New Zealand. We resell on Bricklink and BrickOwl, and these videos will provide you a behind-the-scenes look into our systems and processes. Well, welcome into the vlog this week. Here we are in our store in all its glory. Give you a bit of a spin around. Here in Wellington, New Zealand, and we are a Lego reseller. We sell mainly on Bricklink, but also BrickOwl, and have been doing this since about September 2023. So I think this is vlog number 32. You'll see in the description below. But we basically do this as a part-time side hustle and resell Lego, as you can see behind me. And if you're new around here and you like the content, then make sure you do click that subscribe button below. It does really help us, and we're getting closer towards that 1,000 mark. And when we do, we're doing a bit of a giveaway as well. So definitely some things in it for you. And like the video and comment below any questions you might have. And this week, we're going to be taking the store to a market, or at least our minifigure stock, and give you a little brief look at that and share some thoughts about what it is like to sell at a market over here. We've got a couple lined up over the next few weeks, so that's really exciting. But let's get into it this week. Right, here we are back from the market, which was an interesting one, and we're going to give you our thoughts about that a bit later on. But just first thing I need to do when I get home is we did sell a few minifigures, and so where there's gaps, we need to make sure we're taking them out of the store. What I did to make sure that we get this working as best as possible is put everything into the stock room on Bricklink. That way we can get these, we don't have orders come through for them while we've sold them. And so we're going to be working through these, just making sure for any gaps that we've ticked those out of the store and then get them back in. But some success, some interesting thoughts, and overall I think a pretty positive experience. So an interesting market. I think the thing that I've noticed about that that we just experienced is that it was a really quiet day. We were dealing with a couple of other things. There were two massive festivals in the region we were at. Lots of people were out of that. And then also a children's day just at the park, a little bit further away. So definitely low foot traffic coming through, but a couple of really big wins. Ran into a friend, and turns out they work for a shipping company. So we're looking at organising a bit of an arrangement for a discount on shipping. That was priceless and going to be really good going forward. And overall, just looking at our numbers for the day, we had $20 of the fee for the market, which was pretty affordable considering what we got. That gave us one sort of station. Yeah, we would have a bit of an equipment, but that'll be going forward. So just for that one market, we're going to put it at $20 of cost. We sold about 4 or 5 of our Build-A-Figs, and about $50 or $60 of minifigures, and then 1 or 2 sets, which brings us to a grand total of $165. So not the worst day, but definitely a lot quieter than maybe we were expecting. And the nice thing that we did do is get a lot of interest in some of our 3D print orders and things. So hopefully they'll start to trickle in and hand out a heap of business cards. So yeah, it's an interesting sort of market. Some really good wins and a lot of quiet moments. Looking back, I think I should have just brought some Lego to sort. That would have been a much better use of our time than sitting there and staring at the ice cream shop, which was right across the road from us. And so, yeah, overall a pretty interesting experience. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, how you run your own markets, what kind of setup do you do, what kind of stock do you take. Really interested to hear about that. So if that's something you do, stick a comment below and let's start a bit of a conversation around selling at a market. It is a Wednesday afternoon and we are uploading, people. It has been a very slow process over the last couple of weeks. And have we hit a jackpot? A dark bluish grey modified 1x1 plate with tooth, $3. Except we've only got one. It's going well. So working through some modified plates. Excuse the voice, I have cut my tongue, so you're going to get this for a while. But going really good. Managed to get a couple of the Binacle done, which was great, and getting to some more things as well. And market went really well, as we mentioned. So we're going to probably take a little bit more of a look later on in the week, talk about the plans for that coming up. And some YouTube videos playing in the background. But that was, a pretty good test of what a market will be for us, I think. Over on the bed there, we have a number of different categories, and interesting to see what kind of variation we get and what kind of things are in here, but they're all sorted into item type, and then we get those into lots and get them in the store, and then finish off these ones here that have been sitting here for a while. Always got to mention in every video, we are so close. Thank you to everyone for their support. But these 4 lovely sets, along with a minifigure and a custom 3D print, had to think about that one for a second, is going to be going to somebody once we hit that 1,000 mark. So keep going. It's been a great start to the week, and we're going to get some uploading now. And we are culling the old organisers. These tiny little ones here are just so frustrating to get things out of that we're getting rid of them. We're moving to these larger ones for most parts, or obviously our white organisers, so getting things in the store as best as possible so that it's tucked in here. So we are getting rid of these ones and starting to work through them and doing a bit of an update, which is kind of the vicious cycle of Bricklink, isn't it? Where you get to the point where you run out of space and you need more space, and obviously continuing to upload. So going to be getting more of those culled, getting things into the store. So that upload has just gone up, and we have now crept back over that 90,000 mark. Dip below that 10,000 lots, and so the plan over the next couple of weeks is to try and keep that well above the 10,000 lots and get to 100,000. I think 100,000 will be a really cool milestone to hit. Just touching base on the store, we've had 745 orders come through so far, and that fans number is up to 50, which is fantastic. And we've got some new international shipping rates. Thank you to Brick Matt down in Christchurch for chatting through that. Looks like it's a good system to set up through New Zealand Post business, which last time I went and did all of the calculations, or at least I thought I did calculations, it was coming up much more expensive. So we managed to click the right buttons. So this week's been a really good one for shipping, and waiting to hear back from a friend of ours to see if we're going to get a discount from another company and see where we go for that. One thing I noticed this week is this number here, with the 90,341 and the 9976 for lots, was actually different to what we had on our Brickstore file. And that was a bit strange, because you would think that the Brickstore file would be exactly the same. What I realised was, when I went into my store and scrolled across and clicked, and this is probably good for some people, stock room, I had 1,000 parts in our stock room. Now currently we've got 1, which is that, and that's good because that's something we want to restock. That regularly sells out. But I had 1,000 pieces sitting in the stock room. It was in the store, it was uploaded, I thought it was on there, it had a remark, it had a price, but it was sitting in the stock room. So good reminder for you out there, in case your number on Brickstore is different to what it is on here, to double check that and make sure that you don't have a good number of pieces in your stock room. All fun and games. So we're going to get another upload going, number of items to sort and get into the store. Get rid of these things. Right, so just thought I'd take everybody through our process for uploading all of our used bulk. And obviously we're at this point now where we've got everything into part type, and it's just about going through Brickstore and adding them on into an account. But the method I do is I've got them all in their lot and in alphabetical order of colour, and then essentially what I'm doing is having a quick look at the file and double clicking on that part. I normally just hold the part up to the camera and going in the order on Brickstore of the colour. So I'm just double clicking one at a time, and that's how quick we get our lots. Then I'm going the reverse. Some I don't obviously need to count. Let's do a quick look. So 2 in that reddish brown, 3 in the dark bluish grey, and 12. Try to do that quick for you. Normally I do a little bit more carefully of that of a count. Now that's now in order on Brickstore in this exact order, and then what I'm just doing is chucking it in the bottom of this here. and this is now a work order of Brickstore. And what happens is when we go and consolidate is we'll take what's on Brickstore, copy what we've got in our store currently, and then I'm just going from the bottom. So I might have, say, these 4 might be lots that are not in the store, these might be in the store. And I'm splitting up the pile, going through nice and methodically. So I've got a set of new lots and a split out of what is already in the store. Then I just quickly do that of the order that I would take that through. And then I could split those files off and continue going and make a sort of a large file. I generally don't like working with lots of more than 100 because I run out of cups. But ideally, in the future, when we get some more of these, we'll be able to work through that process. So, going to get more of these sorted tonight. Do less talking. You can hear my voice. Big cut on the tongue still, so apologies for that. But more uploading, and we'll get to a bit of a total of what we upload. There is a nice big pile, 109 lots for 130 items and about $80 New Zealand. Not a lot of value, but a good item count getting in the store. We're going to do that, and then we've got 4 orders to pick tonight. Thursday afternoon, and another Lego haul. Funny story on this one. I was on the way to pick this up. This is a marketplace find. We got this for $50, full of Lego. Haven't even opened it. But the funny story is, almost on my way to pick this up with the wee one, and my lovely wife also sent me the marketplace listing. So, signs of a good marriage, people, when wifey is starting to send me good listings and things. I can see a nice little skeleton on top, and everything looks in pretty good condition. It does seem to be mainly Lego. So we can tip this out and have a look at it. Meanwhile, in the store, we've had all but 2 of the containers reduced to nothing. Did a custom 3D print for somebody as well. And so the old man has sent those, as well as some stickered parts, which is going to go to Danny if he's keen on them. And we posted a couple of orders today and a few more that we are hoping to get tonight. But going really well. One to Australia and one sitting over there to be sent. So let's tip this out live. I know we should normally tip this out on a mat and things, but I thought just to get a quick look at it. See what we can find. It does look mainly parts and things. The container should be a nice quick turnaround as well. I don't see too many minifigures. I reckon there was a police station in here. Don't see too much. So it looks like it's just going to be bulk parts, but in good condition. So we'll get those into our containers nice and quickly. And hopefully we do find something in there, potentially Batman or other sets. We're aiming for some minifigures. Only a couple little minifigure parts and animals. This is mainly a bulk parts lot. Also, we were thinking the spear right here, if it will zoom in and focus, is a $12 spear. So just that one alone is paid for basically this with the container. So nice little find there. A couple of different animals and things, but yeah, just mainly bulk parts, but really good condition. Like almost new, which obviously we're listing as used, but really good condition. So we'll get into a bit of a bulk container. Gonna have a friend of ours sorting some more bulk, so that'll be perfect for him. So this is the bulk we are still working through. So a number of different Technic parts in here, some bulkier pieces and some higher quantity things. And all of these are from our haul at the end of last year and all in part type. So the aim this weekend is to try and get as much of this out so we can give these 2 shelves back. And also on the bottom we've got some big bulk colour bags. So I'm going to give that to a friend of ours to sort and get into some type of organised categories. But heaps of bulk here, some are stickers as well. So we'll see what we can find from this one. Along with what we've got in our wardrobe, we've got some bulk parts here, which is our sorted categories of wedges and some 1x2 modified plates. The rest of this is just a big random mix of vehicle parts. We've got some bulk trans pieces that need to be sorted. That looks like some empty bags, but yeah, lots of different pieces. And, you know, the amount of stuff in here that actually is a little bit older and quite unique. We found a couple of bits yesterday, just little Technic pins for $3 each. And this is the other bag that just came through, a bunch of different printed parts from a big range of themes, some really nice straight stickers. So it'll be interesting to see what is in there. Looks like a bit of Ultra Agent sets maybe there. And 3 orders that are going to be going in the post tomorrow. Big bulk lot of tiles, which always is a regular seller, and a couple of minifigure parts and sticker pieces being sold for the first time in a while, which is always really nice to see. And you see over here, we've got a couple of name badges and things. So we're kind of doing 2 things at once at the moment. Working on those name badges for people, trying to get some of those stock in, because we've got another market coming up in just over 2 weeks, where we're going to take our minifigure stock, which is obviously in our drawers here, and then get the rest of our 3D prints sold. So very, very busy time with everything this week, and it'll be nice to hit some uploads this weekend. So that's going to be our plan of attack. The drawers are looking pretty full, and you'll notice that I've just filled up the spot here with the last couple. Not quite in correct order at the moment, but we just make do with what space we've got. I also probably want to get rid of some of these base plates and larger plates up here. Some are non-Lego, but still people will be keen on them, and try and clear a bit of that out. All of our new minifigures sitting up here as well, and I did a really, what I thought was quite clever last week, and grabbed a couple that we've got, say, 4 or 5 of, and just took one and put it as our used minifigures to take to markets, and a couple of them actually sold. So that was a good way of doing that, to try and clear some stock. Lots of collectible figs in there, and then ones from sets that we have parted out. And got to figure out a place for this one here. I've definitely got some spot up here for another container, but this is stopping me picking anything from that bottom shelf, so I have to think of a place for there. Not quite the space on the desk here, unless I bought another one of these, which, wouldn't be the worst idea. And we are 60 subs to go, which is brilliant. And garage sale we're going to hit up tomorrow, see if there's anything there, and still aiming for our 4,000 part goal. I'm also going to be printing a daily admin 3D checklist. So basically a little organizer that will sit somewhere on my desk, which just gives me a reminder of things that I need to be tackling for the store. So things like checking for orders, updating spreadsheets, posting feedback, just going through a checklist each day and keeping on top of that, I think really is going to help with the store. So if you've got any admin checklists or things that you do for your store, interested to hear in the comments below what kind of regular tasks you need to be doing. Obviously, we're picking and uploading, that's sort of the main Bricklink things, but there's a lot of little admin jobs that if you get on top of them and get them going, makes a big difference. So that's going to be the plan, and we'll catch up with you a bit later. So just working through creating a bit of a bulk lot for someone to sort. Aim is to fill this about halfway, should be about 10 kilograms. And the way we're doing our bulk sorting is friends that are sorting for us are basically keeping 10% of the bricks and parts, because it's done a pre-sort. So I've taken out most minifigures and nature, and so do anything that I see looks a bit interesting, and then they're able to get some of those bulk parts. They're able to sort it for us, and it's sort of a win-win situation. So if you do have someone else sorting for you, love to hear in the comments below how you do things. But that seems to be working well for us, and we've got 2 different people doing that, which is fantastic. And we're just waiting for those lots to come in. One's being dropped off later today, and this will be going to that person, and then hopefully we'll pick up the other one later in the week. We're going to try and flick this one off as well on Marketplace today. These normally sell for about $25 to $30, so the fact that we got that full of Lego for $50 should be a nice quick return on that one. And besides this one little clip here, of which it shouldn't be because the drawer is basically full, all of our used are full again, and in here pretty close to being full. So it's going to be trying to figure out how to create space, but I think we are on the expansion, which is exciting. Now I've just got to figure out where to put things. So as I said before, probably one more can go up there. That's going to create a little bit of space for us. We are essentially full over here. I mean, we could do a bit of reorganizing, but it's going to need to take a little bit of relabeling. And I'm kind of happy with my system at the moment of how the workflow goes, even though we get to this point, it's sort of a bit of a jumble. But we're not often getting sort of multiple things in there for orders at the moment, so that's okay. Definitely a little bit of space maybe under here. So it might be a case of going through your drawers and just double checking. But this clip system of when we're thinking that there's a empty drawer, empty space, super quick to get things back in the store. So the little bit of time it takes to put that on once you're picking does pay off in the long haul, I think. And we've just uploaded, or about to upload rather, a Brickstore file, 486 items, just sort of modified plates, and this is sort of like the dregs of what was there. And again, this is from our bulk haul all the way back, the 42 kg haul, and that one there is currently over 5,000. And if you wanted to take a little bit of a deeper dive into how we do hauls and things, there is a members only video if anyone that's interested. It's basically $1 a week to be a member, and you get early access and some more members content coming your way. So we take a little bit of a deep, share some secrets for Lego hauls that I think has really helped us get to where we are. So I'm going to put those away. Doesn't even fit in these drawers. See, these drawers are getting full as well. So I know that the store is pretty full, and so it's about maybe thinking about how we go about creating some space, whether we look at what sets are actually in the store, but I think that's just going to take too long. So we might just be looking at making some sort of bulk bags for markets and things. We do have 2 orders to pick for 44 lots and 121 items, and there's another one that's come through overnight that we'll pick this morning, which is really good. And we'll take you through some sales numbers for February in a second, because I've just noticed that BrickOwl has suddenly just dropped off the face of the earth, it seems. We haven't had any BrickOwl orders in probably 2.5 weeks. Now, that's probably down to a few things. Number 1, uploading. And number 2, I just don't think we have the customer base for BrickOwl in New Zealand. It is important having that sort of backup, as we know from a Brickpocalypse on Bricklink last year. But decisions to be made, people. Normally what happens is I'll mention that in the video, and the next week I'll get like 5 orders. So you never know with BrickOwl, but let's hope that it does start to pick up. And here we have our sales numbers for February. So in the month of February, we did a total of 52 sales for 3,666 items, which is definitely down from last month, as is our average sale. That's a lot lower as is the sales per day. Total sales income of $1,760.76 is an okay month for us. Also, it was the fact that we did a big bulk order for Damien from Bricktastics, so that number is a little bit lower than our total one. But we did sell that Qui-Gon Jinn figure for $350, which is awesome, because that price has come down already for that figure, so I think we hit it at the right time. Looking at Bricklink and BrickOwl orders, we're definitely down on those BrickOwl orders. Also probably a little bit down on Bricklink, but for $220 for BrickOwl, that's a very slow month. And still something to be considered with the percentage that we pay on Brick Freedom. But I think at this stage we are still probably worth having it open on BrickOwl, even if that is a couple of orders. For the items that we sold, definitely down on our used category. Normally we sell about sort of 75% of used to new per month. That's what our store is. So it's a good way of checking with our report feature here on Brick Freedom, and also load minifigures and things. So this reports tool on Brick Freedom is a really good one to see. You can see all the item color breakdown. Quite interesting that we saw a lot of turquoise this month, which is not very common for us. And so it kind of gives you an idea of what's going in and out. Obviously there's certain things you want to restock, but that's really good to see. In terms of over the month, we did have a big dip around the end, and that was mainly because we had that order going, like I said, to Bricktastics. But you know, from a month ago till now, we are getting way up in terms of our item count, obviously over that 90,000, and our lot count is creeping up as well. So all signs are positive.